boys, we're back for another week of SVS Fly Fishing Podcast, and man, heard a lot of that sound this weekend.
I feel like that one had to have a yeehaw in front of it.
Yeehaw!
That song says we're some good old boys.
Yeah, man.
Just some
Oh,
good old boys.
oh, dude, I just spilled beer in my lap. Oh, that's good. My crotch is all wet.
A good old boy
Son of a
with
bitch.
wet crotch.
Oh, that's on the balls.
So speaking of good old boys, tonight's hey Jay, you still have your headphones on.
Oh, shit.
This is great.
This is starting off just like it should.
Yeah, he got a wet ass, my friend.
Oh, man, it sucks.
Hey, you're supposed to
I'll
not
be
miss
sitting
your
in wet
lip
beer
by
my
that
whole
much. How'd
fucking
you miss your
night,
lip
man.
by 3 feet?
So speaking of good old boys, we got Mr. Chad Wild calling back in tonight because he came into town all week. I can't wait to talk to him. I can't wait to hear his rendition of what happened after I left town, because it sounds like you guys put him on a grade A class fishing trip.
You know what? He's just an absolute pleasure to spend a couple days.
Oh, he is.
It was so much fun.
We can say this now because he's not on the phone yet, but he's one of the best dudes I know.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, I thought that was your brother. You got separated at birth or something.
We're close.
That's good, man.
So, tonight's show being brought to us by Predator Fly Gear. Check them out at predatorflygear.com.
ARX Hooks, ARXHooks.com.
Sims Fishing. Fishing well. SimsFishing.com.
Yeti Coolers, Yeti.com.
Tonight we are being brought to you live from the Urban Fly Company studios. Check them out at urbanflycompany.com. We're going to do a couple plugs for Urban Fly Company tonight because Chad has been using your flies and busting the shit out of them, man.
He's a believer.
The whole crew up in Eau Claire too. Bam Bam Jake, all them guys. They put 2-3 fish on the board this week on them too.
Nice.
So yeah. Why not fishing? Check out their app, The Dock.
Queen City Guiding, Ryan Evans. Book him for all your fall steelhead and I guess anything. If there's other fish to catch too, so hit him up. QueenCityGuiding.com.
So, I want to tell one funny story before we get into the week that was Chad. I went on a bachelor party this week, and it was fun. It was the most fun that I've had in a long time. But
Are you too old for that shit?
I'm too old for that shit. But
I gotta get married earlier,
Chad's
right?
drinking water tonight. He cracked the water
yeah,
for the show.
I forgot to bring it in. My wife had to fetch me water. But this is a story about timing. In my life, I've
If she
had
heard that, she would fetch you an ass whooping. I'm sorry.
I've had some days where I've produced like a large amount of gas, but they've never been like around the right people. This was the right people. I was around a bachelor party, room full of dudes. We were in the shack, 7 of us sleeping, and I had the loudest, longest, most comical farts I could ever think of. They were like 12 minutes of just.
Nobody clapped for you?
One time I did get an ovation. And I'm telling you, man, it was like every 15 minutes I had another one ready to rip. It was. People were the next day like, I couldn't sleep. I was too busy laughing at your farts. And at night, under the cover of darkness,
You should have recorded it and set it for the alarm.
at that time of night and being dark, no one had any idea who was ripping these loud comical farts. I was the farting hero for the rest of the trip.
Great.
Did you ever make you let everybody know it was you?
Oh yeah, the next day I was like, hey, did you guys hear my loud comical farts? They're the best. They're like, that was you? That was awesome.
Did you say, yeah, my stomach hurt a little bit?
Oh, and then they're like, well, we had like a piss rotation. Every like 20 minutes someone would wake up and piss, and then it would just piss rotate. And you broke the streak by going downstairs and taking the deuce at 4 in the morning.
Nobody wanted to piss anymore.
I'll piss outside.
Someone was standing in line waiting to throw it off.
Yeah, someone had to go outside. So we hopped on a whitewater raft yesterday, and we had one older gentleman in our group with us. He was like 46. He was like, all right, guys, let's see if we can go like 2 hours without talking about poop. Then like, we would go like 15, 20 minutes, and then someone would say something about shit. And they're like, all right, start the clock over again. We never made it more than like 40 minutes without talking about poop.
You
You know,
guys.
as full-grown adult males do.
when around themselves.
Oh yeah. Hey, I want to give one recommendation about the trip that we went on.
But only the bar of 50-year-old women?
That
Oh crap!
Not unless you're 20.
I just buried that bee behind the bar.
oh Jesus. No, that you can do that. I did not. Someone in the group did.
I know, I knew it. Yeah.
Wasn't your turn.
No names will be divulged on
No,
on this broadcast.
no, they never do.
Yeah, but excuse me. Yeah, he seemed to have a good time. He came back, walk of shame today, held his underwear over his head like a true champion.
It's awesome.
But if anyone is interested in a great time, we went down to.
There might be some action for you. Other than the whitewater.
I'm trying to get you 50-year-old lady's number. If I text that dude. But if anyone's interested in a great time, Adventures on the Gorge, we had a river guide named Aaron Thompson. If you want a good time, that dude's been doing it since 1980. He's been guiding that river since 3 years before I was born. He knew.
And knows how to row.
He knows how to row. Like I said, he had a rowing frame. Everyone else, all the other guides were just paddling and like ruddering. They were given the Dutch rudder. So I would suggest asking for Aaron if you go.
New River Gorge, that is. What?
No, we were actually
Where
we were floating the Gully River. This is
Gully
what they
River.
call gully season because they're drawing down the lake and they discharge enough to make it feasible for the whitewater raft to have 3 weeks of rafting in the gully.
Prime season. Was any
Yeah, it was cold. I'll tell you what.
colors changing over there?
No, down there's no colors changing.
Still green.
When-
Green as could be.
When I woke up,
It all happened overnight within the last week.
when I woke up on the van ride home, there was colors changed up here.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, it's changing here a lot.
Oh, it's. I mean, we've hit.
Pool's in,
We've
all in
hit.
full effect now.
I've been on the road driving all over the last 3 days.
You're
It's
seeing it, right?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's getting nice out. Oranges are popping.
Oh.
Yeah, reds
How
are
about
getting
that
there.
tree yesterday?
Yeah.
Going down. This thing was like as bright yellow as this flyball. It was just ridiculous.
Maple.
A beach.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Sm-
they're changing our
yeah,
maples.
real small maple. It was a real bright red, and then it had like fire or real bright yellow with fire red. Real pretty.
Awesome.
Oh, it's
yeah.
getting nice. They're dropping. It's that time.
There was so many deer moving yesterday morning. I think we saw
Mhm.
like 15 deer on the way out there.
After
That's why you guys, not to spoil the story, that's why you move fish.
Well, here.
Listen, after
hold
you
on,
got, after you
how long
guys,
do we have, Mark or Chad?
2 minutes.
How many?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. You got a spoiler, coming on here with some good spoilers for our guest.
I got a spoiler.
And yeah, or not spoiler, or like a hyper. Gotta get
I'm
us
telling
hyped up.
you, this is that. Sitting back looking at that was the 2 most memorable days that I've spent fishing in a long time with Jack. I mean, it was. I was
Well, in a long time, that's the first time.
I know, but I'm saying, like two.
Yeah, a long time in general.
2 consecutive days together was the most enjoyable time that I've spent on the water fly fishing. I mean, we're going to talk about it a lot, but none of it was a fishing epic. The food was, I mean, just everything. We all got together Friday night, had a fire.
Yeah.
That was a great time, and just everything about the whole weekend. Sucks you had to leave early.
Hold on. They put 3 muskie on the boat. They're gonna get to talk about how many inches. was
Okay,
the total?
wait, no. Here's the bad part. We slept in, screwed around in the morning, drank our coffee, did our thing. I said, these fish aren't going to start until this time.
It was freezing.
It was cold. I said, these fish are going to start at this time. So we screwed around, slept in, did our thing. Got out there late, finished the first drift, stuck a muskie. Got home by 4:30, cranked up a huge fire, had everybody over the house, and had a big fire party on it. We put 122 inches of muskie in the boat, slept in, and we're still home by 4 o'clock. And we drove an hour and 15 minutes each way.
That's
Thank you.
intense. Thank you,
You
Paul.
didn't go fishing. You went to catch them, bro. I mean, there's a difference. Some days it just wake up and
Every fish committed 3 for 3, and they all inhaled it. I have
things
not,
line up.
We'll get
Not
into a
only-
little more. We'll get into a little more of it with Chad here
We
coming up.
will, but real quick, I have never had all 3 fish all hooked deep like that.